Nice. All right. Cool. So now we've covered most of Hebrew poetry with those couplets and those triplets. Like I said, you know, my suggestion would be if you want to make note cards and just kind of memorize all these structures. That way, when you're doing your Bible study, or just make a little list, you could print out a little list, and then you could just have it there at your right hand whenever you're doing Bible study to recognize these quickly. So a chiasm is a mirrored structure, okay, where ideas are presented and then reversed around a central point. So you guys know like alpha, beta, chi, right? Any sorority, I don't know, probably none of us were in sororities. I don't know, maybe you're, but chi is the X in Greek. So that's why chiasm, chiasm is an X, right? So it's a mirrored structure. It's common in narrative, poetry, and law. And when I say law, I mean the first 5 books of the Bible. And it's usually so when you see a chiasm, the author is pointing you at the middle, at the center. Okay. So when you're like, oh, this is a chiasm, that's the author putting a big red circle around the center. So if you think the first line is really, really cool and important, you are wrong. Okay. Really, the middle line is really, really cool and important. Now, you may have your own emotions about it. That's fine. But just we need to be sure that everyone knows, hey, the author thinks this middle part is the most important. So when we're teaching, where do we want to spend most of our time and focus and energy?
In the middle.
In the middle, where the author wants you to. Yep, exactly. Beautiful. Okay, so let's take a look. This is a really fun chiasm. The whole narrative of Noah is built chiastically, right? It's a big X. So if you look at the first part of chapter 6 and the last part of chapter 8, you see Noah enters the ark, the flood begins, God remembers Noah. Then the flood starts the end, and then Noah exits the ark. So see how it's built where the end, you could also call this, like if you wanted to rename all these, you can. Matter of fact, that would be a fun exercise, but you could think of this as like a sandwich, right? So Noah enters the ark, he exits the ark. And then coming in a little bit, right? The flood begins, the flood ends, and then what does God think is most important about this narrative? What point?
The meatiest part where God remembered Noah.
There you go. Yep, right there in the middle where God remembered Noah. So whenever people teach this, the main point that they should have in their message is the moment when God remembers Noah. Okay? So yeah, that's where the
Which
focus.
is not what we've been taught in the story,
Yes, it's because no one knows how to read structure. So
which is
let
why it's so important.
yes, it is. So before I die, maybe at least one women will know that that Noah is a chiasm, and God thinks that when He remembered Noah, that's the most important part. And God thinks that's the most important part. Then we should think that's the most important part. Hey, did you guys know that we have a free Bible study at www.womenteachtheword.com? You don't even have to type in your email, for now, at least. So better go grab it. Fancy would appreciate it.